What's up guys and dolls, my name is LeakyTapsMan, aka Mr. Just Drop the Kids Off at the Pool. I have my third wishlist video, which is going to be for Grand Theft Auto 5. So we've already seen the trailer for this, so we know what to expect in terms of the location, but not a great deal else. They didn't give much away. So I'm just going to speculate on what I think might happen, and then kind of speculate on what I want to happen. A bit of both, to be honest. Okay, so I'm going to start with the main one that I want. This is more rectifying what they did wrong in Grand Theft Auto 4 rather than adding stuff. Keep the meaningless dates, mandates, bro dates, I don't know what you want to call them out. So I don't care if some dude wants to go bowling while I'm in the middle of a killing spree. Just, it wasn't fun at all, and then if you don't go out with them, they get mardy and you lose your rating with them. So the whole concept was just flawed from the beginning. I don't know why they put it in, but it needs to be taken out of GTA 5 for sure, because it was awful. Another thing that I really don't get why they put in GTA 4, but I hope they take out, is the fact that you need to hold down A or X if you're on PlayStation to jog. So if you just use your analog stick, then you just walk, which I don't really see what benefit that gives. They did it in Red Dead Redemption as well, Rockstar I mean, but it's really a pain in the ass just to keep holding down A to run. There is no benefit at all. I don't mind tapping A to sprint or holding A to sprint, but doing it to jog is a pain in the behind. Okay, we're done with the stuff out of GTA 4, because GTA 4 was, by all accounts, pretty incredible. Okay, one more thing actually from GTA 4 that I want taken out. Just make the game fun again. Not that GTA 4 wasn't fun, but they went far too serious with it, and they kind of went down a route where it took itself too seriously, which isn't what Grand Theft Auto is about. It has a good mix of seriousness and wackiness. I think San Andreas got a good compromise, so hopefully they'll go back to that in terms of storytelling and the amount of crazy stuff you can do. I mean, I'm not saying go down the Saints Row route where it's just wacky for the sake of it, just keep it better than it was. Something I'd like done for GTA 5 is to make the collectibles worthwhile. So getting the pigeons in GTA 4, I mean, it's always cool to get collectibles, because I always like the achievements and stuff, but I mean, you should always feel like it's worth something else. So unlock a new gun or a new car or a new hideout or something every 10 collectibles, for instance, so you don't feel like you just get something at the end. It just constantly gives you the incentive to collect stuff. I think a greater amount of customization is also imperative. Not necessarily creating your own character, because I still think you should just stick with the one you're given kind of thing, but just give him more clothing options, maybe change his hairstyles like you could in San Andreas, maybe tattoos, stuff like that. So yeah, going back to San Andreas a bit, just give us the customization options from that. I think that would suffice. And also, I don't speak for everyone on this, but I really like the RPG elements in San Andreas, so like leveling up your muscle, for instance, and the ability to drive a car and ride a bike and stuff like that. I think that was really awesome. So I'd like to see that make a return. One thing that I'd love to see, and I'm pretty sure they'll do it because they kind of did it in GTA 4, is just make the entire map count. So don't just have large empty open spaces like San Andreas did. Make it actually mean something. Have shops and people and locations like pretty much everywhere, so you're not just feeling like it's a vast wasteland what you're going around in. Try and make the buildings enterable, so maybe not all of them, but a fair chunk should be able to wander in and maybe go on the rooftops and stuff to get vantage points and be able to snipe people and escape the police up there. I think that'd be pretty awesome, and I think it's well within the limits of the engine that they're using. I mean, you don't have to build highly decorated interiors, just make it so that you can wander around in the corridors and stuff, maybe not enter every room, just make it so that it doesn't feel like you're in a cardboard city where you can't really do anything other than wander the streets. Think as far as missions go, try and stay away from the boring go to A and kill X method that GTA 4 had. Try and go for the missions that make GTA great. So there were loads of memorable missions in Vice City and San Andreas, and GTA 4 only really had the bank robbing mission, can't remember what it's called, something like 3-leaf clover, I forget. But yeah, just keep the missions from being standard. Go here and kill this dude, because it got pretty old pretty fast in GTA 4. One thing that GTA 4 kind of touched upon but didn't really develop was the choice element, so it gave you the option to kill certain guys instead of other guys, and it would affect the storyline depending on your actions. I think if they develop this a bit more in the 5th one, it could be done quite well, and maybe not have the choices so black and white. So on GTA 4 you were literally told, like, go to this location to kill this dude, or go to this other one to kill this other dude. Maybe have it a bit more grey, so I don't know, an example for instance, but just make it so it's not as clear cut as go here and kill him or kill this dude. Maybe you have the option to not kill either of them and kind of negotiate a deal or something. I don't know, it's not up to me to figure it out, but I reckon that could be done quite well. One thing I'd definitely like to see is a proper co-op mode, so maybe not for all the missions, but definitely like the side missions and the mini games and everything in between should be co-op enabled, I think. Preferably with up to 4 players, but 2 would do me, to be honest. Either way, I'd love to have some kind of co-op aspect in there. I think something like a horde mode would work quite well. So if you have that with 8 people where you're taking on like wave after wave of the police, for instance, or the army, I think that would be amazing. I think it's something that would definitely add to GTA. They kind of did it with Red Dead Redemption in the Undead Nightmare DLC or whatever it's called, where you took on wave after wave of zombies, and it was actually a really good mode, so I'd love to see them expand on that. In terms of other additions, I'd like to see them add quite a few new vehicle types, so maybe stuff like skateboards and rollerblades, and bring back jetpacks and tanks and BMXs and planes, because where did they go? I mean, they only added to the game. To take them out was a bit odd, I think. This kind of ties back into the whole make it less realistic, go back more towards San Andreas than GTA 4. So yeah, I think it ties in with that. And maybe some new methods of transport to get around the city that you don't necessarily control, like cable cars. I think that would be pretty cool, because there's a lot of mountainous areas by the looks of the trailer, so I think cable cars would be a good one. One thing they need to do, I think, is more side quests and mini games and stuff like that, because GTA 4 was a bit lacking in this department. You just kind of had your races and your assassination missions. There wasn't a great deal else to do other than the collectibles outside of the story. It all just felt like it was over a bit too quick for me. I think Saints Row does quite well in this regard, because it gives you a load of side missions and stuff like that that all, well, for the most part, are really fun to play, and I think they only add to the game, they don't detract from the actual story. As for multiplayer, I don't think they need to tamper with a great deal of it, because the multiplayer modes work quite well. Maybe an addition that they could do is give you the ability to create gangs online, or something like similar to clans, where you have your own emblem and maybe gang colours and design your own shirts and stuff like that. I think that'd be a neat idea. Maybe take it into the co-op mode as well if you have that gang. Maybe you have gang wars, I don't know. I reckon that'd be a neat addition. But as far as actual online multiplayer goes, I think they nailed it pretty well with GTA 4. One thing I'd love for them to put in that was in the PC version of the 4th Grand Theft Auto is the video editor mode, or theatre mode, whatever you want to call it, where it basically records your gameplay and you can go back and edit the video yourself in the actual game. I thought this was a neat feature, and you see games like Halo and Call of Duty doing it, so I'd like to see that on consoles, to be honest. I don't know how feasible it is for a game like GTA to do it on a console, but I don't think it'd be too hard. So that's one that if they have the technical ability, then do it by all means, because it'd be awesome. Especially for people that don't have capture cards, they can send in their clips maybe, or maybe upload them online, like through Rockstar's website or something. I think a feature like that would be really well received. Winding down now, just got a couple more things. Let's have a look. Tying back to the customization aspects, customizing your vehicles would be a neat touch, like adding nitrous and doing your own custom paint jobs rather than just standard colours. I think would be neat. Customise your guns, so put attachments on them, scopes, silencers, all this stuff. Silencers kind of leads me on to my next point. Give us some more stealth options, so make it so you don't necessarily have to just barge in a warehouse, all guns blazing, and they just instantly know you're there. Maybe have some stealth takedowns. I'm not saying make it Splinter Cell, but just make it so that we have more than one way to play. I think that would only improve the series, to be honest. I also think it'd be cool to be able to buy and develop businesses. So if you see a shop, give us the option to buy it for a certain amount and eventually get money back incrementally, similar to what Fable does. I think that'd be a neat touch. Okay, that pretty much sums up everything that I want for Grand Theft Auto 5. As always, I'd love to hear what everyone else would like, because I'm sure my ideas are quite limited, and I'm sure everyone else has a wish list of their own, so whack it in the comments, because I'd love to hear it, I always do. Okay, so thanks very much for listening. There will be a little screen here telling you of my previous wish list, so if you want to watch them, go for it. Thanks very much for your time.